Marvel and Disney Plus are on a roll following the massive success of their Phase 4 launch concerning the expansion of the MCU universe. This year is no different, since we'll also be seeing the release of Moon Knight on March 30th, plus 2 more superhero series. As of recent, Marvel sets Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk release date windows, which are set to debut later this year. Find out more details about these series in today's video, so keep on watching to know more. First up, Marvel announces the release date for Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk. Following the recent wrap-up of Disney's annual meeting for shareholders, the company's CEO Bob Chapek confirmed that Ms. Marvel is next in line for the streaming platform's release, whereas She-Hulk will launch at a much later date. The first of the Disney Plus series slated for release this year is the action-packed Moon Knight on March 30th, while Ms. Marvel will premiere sometime this summer. If we're following the same release dates from last year's releases, then there's a high probability that we'll see the premiere of She-Hulk in time for the holiday season. So far, Marvel Studios doesn't have anything set for release other than the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and these 2 shows. Next, what is the series all about? Ms. Marvel is the newest superhero movie led by the Canadian rookie Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, a Muslim-American teen growing up in Jersey City who looks up to Captain Marvel. The series is created by Bisha K. Ali, who also co-wrote the series along with Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, with the other 2 leading the directing team. Ms. Marvel is the origin story of Kamala Khan in her superhero role as Ms. Marvel. An avid gamer, fanfiction writer, and daydreamer, young Kamala is often lost in her thoughts of being a superhero. Growing up, she struggles to find her place in the world. That is, until one day, she gains superpowers like the heroes she looks up to. What are Kamala's superpowers? In the trailer, we see Kamala gain her powers whenever she wears and activates the nega bands on her wrist, which is a different case from the comics. Originally, Kamala genetically inherited her powers in the comics, but it looks like Marvel and Disney made a creative decision to change how she got her powers. In the series, we follow through with the comics, then we'll most likely see Kamala change her appearance to whatever she wants to, extend her limbs to varying lengths, and shapeshift in different manners. Who is the cast of characters of Ms. Marvel? Joining Vellani in the series is the actor Matt Lintz, who plays Kamala's friend Bruno Corelli. What would a superhero be if they didn't have a best friend who knows of their secret powers, right? Then there's also Aramis Knight as the vigilante Kareem, better known as Red Dagger. Playing the role of Kamala's brother Amir Khan is the actor Sagar Sheikh, while Zenobia Shroff and Mohan Kapoor will play Muniba and Yusuf Khan, her on-screen mother and father. Other actors who join the roster are Laurel Marsden as Zoe Zimmer, Reese Shah as Kamran, and Anjali Bhimani as an undisclosed and recurring role. Other actors tapped to take part in the series are Yasmin Fletcher, Laith Naki, Azar Usman, Nimra Busha, and Trevina Springer. The series had to make some last-minute shootings and additional photography in Atlanta last January, as reported by One Take News. According to the publication, the reshoots took over a month, and the second unit crew is scheduled to shoot for 2 consecutive weeks from January 24th until February 28th, although the contents of the reshoots were kept under wraps. Ms. Marvel will serve as a setup for the upcoming MCU film titled The Marvels, which is set to be released in 2023. Vellani will reprise her role as Kamala, where she will star opposite Brie Larson and Teyonah Parris, along with several cast members of the series. What do we know so far about Marvel Studios' She-Hulk? Another female-led character that will hit the small screen later this year is She-Hulk. Created by Jessica Gao and Kat Coiro, leading the directing team, the series stars Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk. The show's storyline is still kept under wraps, but Disney and Marvel released the names of several actors who will take part in the show, such as Renee Elise Goldsberry, who will play Amelia, as well as Ginger Gonzaga in an undisclosed role. Of course, we've also confirmed the appearance of Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, aka Hulk, and Tim Roth as Abomination. Other actors who are part of the cast include Jamila Jamil, Goldsberry, Josh Segarra, and even the singer Megan Thee Stallion, who is Kat Coiro, She-Hulk's lead director. Kat Coiro is an American film director, producer, and screenwriter who worked on several hit series, such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Dead to Me. In an interview with The Wrap, Coiro talks about what made her want to work on She-Hulk and details how the show will be filled with a lot of humor. "I never choose a project based on genre," Coiro admitted, "and I actually don't think very much about genre. I think about character, and I think about the emotional lives of the characters and, can I bring something? Can I bring a mix of humor and heart to this?" She further added, "Because that is what I love to watch, and it's what I love to work with. And so when I stepped into, the Marvel playground, the cool thing about Marvel is that it is an ever-evolving universe, and you have straight dramas, and you have very comedic films. And we're in that world where we're definitely playing with a more comedic world, but it is also still part of Marvel land." Is there a trailer for She-Hulk? She-Hulk may have kept most of the details for the series in the dark, but Marvel Studios released a 30-second trailer for the show last November 2021. In this half-minute video, we see Tatiana Maslany practicing yoga, which quickly pans to her walking to work as she introduces herself as Jennifer Walters, a normal lawyer, before quickly adding, "Not that normal." Suddenly, we see her land on the screen donning the iconic green skin tone as the voice of Bruce Banner explains the transformation happening is caused by extreme anger and fear while she's inside a glass room, and Banner, in Hulk form, presses a big red button. The teaser ends with Jennifer Walters and Bruce Banner standing side by side, and the actress reciting the renowned scientist's iconic line, "Don't make me angry. You don't like me when I'm angry." Next, Disney Plus series offers clue to the potential Avengers lineup in the future. The premiere of the Avengers Endgame in cinemas marks the end of the original Avengers, while also wrapping up some of the characters' storylines. In the end, we see Tony Stark sacrifice himself for humanity, Black Widow, who gave up her life in exchange for the Soul Stone, whereas Thor, Hawkeye, and Hulk went their separate ways. But thanks to Marvel Studios' partnership with Disney Plus, they were able to explore and expand the MCU. And based on the series being released by the streaming platform, we're kinda getting the idea of who the next Avengers will be, and the clue in the series. They released a series that explored some of the heroes' life after the events of the Endgame. We see Sam Wilson inherit Steve Rogers' Captain America, working with Bucky Barnes at his side. But as for Wanda Maximoff's Scarlet Witch, there's a possibility she could turn for the worse, as seen in Marvel's upcoming movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is set to debut on May 6, 2022. Wanda also has her spin-off series, WandaVision, which sets up the storyline for her future involvement in the Multiverse of Madness. We also have the Hawkeye series, which debuted last holiday season, that explored the life of the hero as Clint Barton and introduced the character of Kate Bishop, a diehard fan of Clint Barton, which could make a potential Avenger member in the future. It's already a given that Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Sam, Bucky, and most likely Scarlet Witch, but there's also a high chance that Shang-Chi, Ms. Marvel, and She-Hulk will be added to the lineup as well. But for what it's worth, we think that the core members of the Avengers this time around would consist of Captain America 2, Sam Wilson, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and She-Hulk, which are the counterparts of the original Avengers we got to see over the years. We'd also like to add, if you also recall the trailer to Ms. Marvel, Kamala shows up at school wearing another Avengers shirt with 3 women in the front. The first we could identify as Carol Danvers, and on her side looks to be Valkyrie and Hope Pym, aka the Wasp. So these 2 characters could also show up when the going gets tough. Sure, it doesn't look like the Avengers may be assembling anytime soon, but we're just airing some of the ideas most fans have accumulated these past 2 years. And with that, we're wrapping up today's episode about Disney's release window for Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk, as well as other news about the MCU franchise. Do you have a hunch on who will be the main Avenger in the future? Let us know in the comments section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching!